What is love? It's a tough question in this time of hookups and swiping right. On the next Mystic Fix, we're going to talk to Dr. Harmony, a twin flame expert, and we're also going to talk to author Matthew McKay, who wrote a book, Love in the Time of Impermanence, plus tarot card readings from yours truly. See you soon.
Mystic Fix, a program for the whole being, with Julia Gordon-Bramer on NewsTalkSTL.
Welcome to Mystic Fix. I'm Julia Gordon-Bramer. It's everyone's favorite subject, love. And in the spiritual world, love can get complicated with friends, family, lovers, soul contracts, past lives, and twin flames. That's what this episode of Mystic Fix is all about, in line with the Lover's card in the tarot. First, Dr. Harmony is in the studio with me. Dr. Harmony helps twin flames struggling from separation wounds to transform their trauma and find union within so they can align with their divine partner. She is an Amazon best-selling author and creator of the award-winning card deck Twin Flame Ascension, which one lucky Mystic Fix winner will get a copy of. In addition, she is a quantum healer and transformational teacher with a 25-year background in chiropractic and vibrational medicine, and she holds a doctorate in divinity. Harmony, your expertise is twin flames, becoming the one and attracting the one. Can you define a twin flame? Is it different from a twin soul or a true love?
Absolutely. A lot of people really get confused because they think that they're looking for their soul partner, their soul mate. But the one that they say that they want that's their soul mate is technically the twin flame that they're referring to. However, from a twin flame standpoint, that journey is a process inside because it's you coming into balance with yourself and learning to love yourself and becoming the one that you want to be with. That then mirrors you in your reality and you attract that vibrational level of who you are. So it's a little confusing because it technically becomes your highest match, but you have to become your highest match to attract your highest match.
Okay. So it's kind of the yin yang, right?
Absolutely.
Kind of, reaching that other half or...
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, do you believe in wholeness, like personal wholeness?
Absolutely. And that's what this is all about. It's coming into the whole and complete version of yourself so that you can then attract that version of you. So technically, we think about the relationship in not gender terms, but in energy terms. We're talking about masculine and feminine energy, or like you said, the yin and the yang. And so it's about you finding that balance between your head and your heart, your right brain and your left brain, and coming into a centeredness of being able to do and be all at the same time so that you find a balance in you. And then when you're learning to dance this side of your ability to be and do, then you're able to then, take that into your life and everything mirrors balance with you.
Okay, so... How does one go about doing this? Like, how does one know where they are, first of all, and how to be better, how to raise your vibration, or however you might put it?
I call it recalibrate your vibration.
Okay.
So there's several parts to it, and it is very deep because of the fact that most people look at this as the person outside of them versus the process. So that's where it's becoming the whole and complete, is bringing the self-love within and creating the lover of yourself between your own masculine and feminine energies and paying attention. So creating self-awareness to look at your life and what is not working, where you're showing up, and everything is a mirror. So not just the twin flame is a mirror. A twin flame represents a mirror, but that's one aspect of you. The whole world is our mirror. Our reality is our mirror. Even our home, how we treat our home is the mirror of our soul, right? So if you look around in the areas of your life that aren't working, in this case, the love and relationship, everyone is the mirror of you. The type of relationship you have with them mirrors the relationship you have with yourself. So when you look at that relationships that you have with other people, you can start to look at, okay, where is this triggering me? Where is this person triggering me?
Okay.
And now you look in that.
Yeah, this is very much in line with when I talk to my tarot clients, and And we talk about, what we're experiencing is what's going on inside of us. So, and I also suggest that we teach the world how to treat us by what we put up with.
Exactly.
So I can see a little bit of both, or a lot of both in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the way you kind of look at that is not only to start observing what's happening that you don't like, and instead of pointing the finger, which is giving your power away to that person, that experience or situation, you look at where is that in me? What within me can I strengthen to create what it is I actually want with that person? So if you're being abandoned, which happens in a lot of relationships, on the deepest level, you're abandoning your own needs, your own abilities to show up for yourself or speak up for yourself.
Right.
So it's learning how to do these things for yourself.
And for some of us, if you grew up in a less than perfect family and you didn't learn your worth and you just kind of emulate what your parents taught you about yourself or the message you got in any case. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's where the soul contracts come in with this, because the soul contracts, we choose our parents, and our parents is where we learn our intimate relationship patterns from early on, from the beginning. So in that process, the whole goal is to mirror and attract people that help us heal those wounds. And so when we go through the process of healing the wounds within ourselves and bring that balance into ourselves and that wholeness within ourselves, we will stop getting triggered by situations and experiences that are triggering and mirroring those wounds for us to heal. And then that is when we do come into the true wholeness of ourself, which will then attract a partner that will not trigger and mirror your wounds anymore because you've healed them.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's the goal, right? It's kind of like the Hindus, where they say that the highest goal is that you don't have to come back.
Yeah.
Right. So we're on this cycle.
It's a pathway of lessons, right?
Yeah.
The karmic lessons of what we are experiencing to learn our soul's evolution, basically.
Exactly. So how did you become a twin flame expert?
Well, let's just say I didn't choose it. It chose me.
Yeah, it does always seems to be the way with the spiritual work.
Absolutely. So the funny thing is, I've been in training for basically my whole life, but with my quantum physics background and dealing with energy and dealing with polarities and creating balance in mind, body, spirit, that equipped me to be able to energetically realize that this twin flame journey is a energetic relationship within yourself, between these energies within you.
Yeah.
And that's where you can start to, if you learn from your awareness to see where your blocks are with people, then you can take that to the next level and go into the blocks of your energetic processes, down to the mental processes, the unconscious processes, the emotional aspects that connect to that. So my experience obviously came from my journey of having went through these phenomenons that a lot of people go through, because what happens is they meet someone, they start feeling this energetic connection that's different than the soulmate, because the soulmate's coming from this deep heart and just everything's like very like white picket fence and feels so harmonious and like you just love them and want to be with them. Well, you can be with your twin flame too, but your twin flame points out all your flaws, points out, mirrors all your flaws and mirrors all the things that don't work out. So when you look at that and you're looking at yourself in that mirrored reflection of that person, it is not fun.
So can twin flames be outside of romance?
Absolutely.
So you can have twin flames at work and...
Yes.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
And that's where the thing is, so technically, this is where it gets a little tricky, because technically, from the old paradigm of what we've known twin flames to be, it is just that one person that's the other half of your soul and that mirrors you, and, you heal all your wounds and you help each other go through the process of balancing your inner energies to harmonize your energies together. But in the process of that, then you go through the series of people, like that's an aspect of you, meaning like as we have awakened to this phenomenon, and it is a phenomenon because we're in a self-love movement. And because we're in a self-love movement, more twin flames than the history of time are waking up to this phenomenon than we've ever known. So we're starting to understand it differently than the history has taught us, where it is technically one person, but that one person is the true reflection of your highest version. And now, if we can mirror everyone and everyone's our teacher, like you said, anybody, like we could be twin flames, mirroring to me like what it is that, I need to see within myself. Basically.
Sure. Yeah. So it seems to me that this is work that could benefit anybody.
Absolutely.
It's not that you just need to find your true love, if somebody just wants to develop themselves. And, I always talk about what triggers me, and trigger being such a buzzword these days. But we all know when we have those moments when our adrenaline gets up and we feel like you're just going to bang out that answer on Twitter or or whatever, so this is a way to slow down and say what is the saying about me, within me, right?
Oh, absolutely. To discover yourself. So it's a self-discovery journey. And that's what in this deck is all about, you becoming your own oracle within.
Right. So to talk about this deck, and this is a sealed one that we're going to give away to a listener who wants to write mysticfix.com. This is not an ordinary, it's not a tarot deck, and it's not an ordinary oracle deck. It's kind of its own creation, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the first twin flame deck that's of just 4 twin flames on the mass market. So when I started creating it about 7 years ago, there wasn't a twin flame deck period made. And now there's some self-published ones. But this, actually, when you asked me how I got into this deck became my journey. Like, my journey was this deck, and I created this deck based on my own journey.
Oh,
and
so it's almost a diary for you in a way.
So it's about you becoming your oracle within and trusting your own process and learning how to go through the ascension, which is how this parallels, because ascension is us ascending into a higher version of ourselves going through a dark night of the soul that wakes us up to higher consciousness. And that's one of the things I didn't mention in the energetic connection of a twin flame, or a person that appears to be your twin flame. They activate you on an energetic level that awakens you to higher consciousness, that now you become more aware of what's going on in your life, your surroundings, and what's going on around you. And a lot of people start seeing the number 1111 when this happens. And there's a whole thing about what that number means and other numbers mean.
Right, angel numbers.
Yeah. All of that. That's its own kind of topic. But it's very common. That's the wake-up call for a spiritual awakening. So the whole process is about spiritually awakening and discovering more about who you are and taking the journey to go through a dark night of the soul to release anything that's not serving you purpose anymore. And that way you're actually, like you said, raising your vibration. And there are things you can do to accelerate that process once you become awakened to it. And yes, it can be a person that's activating you to start that initially. And that's why people get confused, like, okay, they activated me. I feel this energetic connection with them. I've never experienced this before. And I didn't finish this while ago, but I just want to say that's where my quantum physics background comes in this, because it's magnetic. It is literally like a battery that pulls you together with the positive and negative polarities that creates this magnetic connection that draws you in.
And we can have a number of twin flames, right? Like, it doesn't have to be just one, or does it?
So it's kind of both in that. And the reason I say it's kind of both is because technically our soul signed up to experience this one person, right? That is our person that can become the soulmate once you harmonize these polarities together. Because technically they wake you up and there's all these things inside of you that you don't like and you need to fix, okay? Now, that's where, because you've got that going on, you can have multiple people from different aspects, showing you different aspects of yourself. I went through a revolving door of people that has showed me mirrored reflections. History tells us there's one person, but we've never known it to be the way it is now. And technically, we do have one person that we are to end up with as a soul contract that, once we harmonize, can turn from the twin flame energy to more harmonious energy of a soulmate type energy. So it's kind of both. And when I say both is we do have one person, technically, if that's our choice. And on the flip side of that, everyone can create the twin flame experience, is what I call it, or the twin flame connection, I call it, because we can connect energetically with everyone, not just one person, because it's inside of us that it's where it's taking place.
Okay, so I was going to ask if you could be mistaken, and I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because everyone is energetic, an energetic being.
That's where I tell people, like, we know this label for a reason, and it's in our history, and we need it to identify. But I teach people you need to really lose the label, because in the energy we're in right now, everybody's waking up consciously. Everybody's connecting in an energetic level that's differently. It can be super confusing to identify who that one person is. And if you get stuck on that person and you think that they're your one because it says and you feel this is a twin flame experience, then you're basically blocking yourself from furthering your growth, and you're being stuck on a person when it's a process.
Interesting. So, Harmony, you do a lot of other projects here. You've got the Soul Writers Academy. You assist light workers working to earn money, doing what they love. Spiritually based coaching business. You've created many programs, group retreats, and I love this, that have helped thousands from Hollywood to Bollywood transcend their limitations. Talk about what's going on next, how people can reach you.
So going on next, I have an Accelerate Your Ascension Academy that is new, something that I just launched, and it's to help people transcend their limitations and to connect to a higher version of themselves. And it's a combination of group coaching and live coaching with me in the group coaching community, and then online courses to actually help people going through this process have more support rather than doing it alone. So you can visit twinflameexpert.com, and I have an academy section there, and the Accelerate Your Academy. You can learn more there about how to get connected with that.
Cool. But they can also work with you one-on-one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much. With this continually changing social and political climate, love can become a casualty. Next up, we're going to meet Matthew McKay, the author of Love in the Time of Impermanence. Next on News Talk STL 1019 and 94.1.